Sawubona Mzansi, and welcome to this evening's MIH live. So, I don't know why, but this week the lives have been popping off and I've been enjoying them way too much. Way too much. So, thank you so much to everyone for joining us and watching the MIH lives, participating, sharing, liking, all those nice things. We appreciate each and every one of you for doing that. So, in yesterday's lives, we got up to some good things. We got up to some good conversations. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. So, one of the things that we were discussing in yesterday's live was about search engine optimization. So, in the live, we figured out, I'll post a video or a clip or highlight about that moment, but in yesterday's lives, we figured out together, I think it was quotes. Thank you so much for the likes and the follow. I appreciate you. So I think quotes informed us that you can just search MIH either on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and you should find the MIH app right at the top of the list. I was super impressed with that because I did add the wording MIH app to the Play Store listing name. But every time I searched MIH app, I didn't see anything on my side. So, so yeah, I was a little bit disappointed that I wasn't at the top when you search MIH app. But now if you just search MIH, we'll get to the top of the list. But we realized once we were doing that, we were all excited and things. But once we realized that, we thought, let's check to see if we go onto Google and search MIH, what appears. So when we did that, we didn't appear at the top of the list, which was, sorry, thank you so much for the follows. Sawubona, nice to see you here this evening. Nice to see you here. Yeah, so we searched on Google, we just searched MIH and we didn't appear at the top of the list or anywhere on the first page of Google. So we wanted to change that to see how we can improve our search engine optimization and the search results for us to appear at the top of the list. So I know this is something lots of companies tackle with, and because we are using Flutter as a front-end tool, it makes it a little bit harder because Flutter is a single-page application. I think that's what they call it. So it's a single-page application. We'll get into that. Let me write that down. Single SPA. We'll ask Mzansi about it later. But because Mzansi AI is a single-page application, the pages that you see are only loaded once you open up and load up MIH. That's when everything is served to you. So it's not like a normal HTML, CSS kind of website where all of the pages are available on the server and Google's crawlers can crawl through each and every one of those websites for you. So Flutter is a little bit different in that regard. So we're trying to figure out, so I was having a chat with Gemini about this, to see how can we best optimize our web app, and it's Flutter. So we only have one single HTML page that we can work from. So I think that's what we'll jump into first in the MIH live. But thereafter, sorry, I have my book that I'm looking at. But thereafter, I'm gonna show you the Mzansi directory. So I feel that phase 2 of the Mzansi directory is now 100% completed. So that's the rating system that we've been working on. So that's completed. And I fixed a little bit of bugs, a little bit of quality of life improvements here and there, those kind of things. So I'll show those fixes and all of those things also. Yeah, so let's jump into things. So I'll flip my camera over on the other platforms. And I will flip over us here on TikTok. Give me 1 second. Flip. Cool. I hope everything is fine. Everyone can see. It's nice to see you all here. So, give me 1 second. Let me sort this out for us. So this will be here. I have so many things on my table. Too many things on my table right now. But yes, Sawubona Jay, nice to see you here this evening. I appreciate you for showing up and joining the MIH lives, and each and every one of you that are there. So we're just getting things ready. So I want to show you the search engine optimization that we've attempted to do. I'm not sure if it's going to work yet. When we deploy the next update, that's when we are going to see what it looks like. But first things first, because the auto, so I'm going to go into settings on VS Code, and under the formatting section, so you can see formatting, the format on save, I'm going to deselect this because in the index.html, I'll show you which part of it does nonsense when we save, and then it auto increments things. But we'll go through some of the discussions that I had with Gemini also. So you can see I gave it a whole long story asking it to assist me with search engine optimization. It gave me a whole long list. We can jump into that. And then what else did I do? Yeah, so it told me exactly where I need to update things on my HTML file. But we'll go from the top. Hello, big Oliver. Is it Oliver? Hello, Big Oliver. Big, what's good? What's good? Nice to see you here. So yes, this is our... Remember, guys, if you would like to watch... Nice, I see there's someone over on Kick. Love to see it here. Now that you're chatting over on Kick, what we can do is we can add the... Sorry, I think my camera just went off on the Twitch side. Or on the... Stupid update. I must update this phone of mine. Yeah, sorry, my camera is cut off because, I don't know, the software update. What are we building? We are building MIH. Evening. Love to see it. The chats are flooding through all across the place. So big ups. Since you're new here, what we can do is we are working on MIH. You might ask, what is MIH? MIH is Mzansi Innovation Hub, as you can see it here on the screen. We are the first super app of Mzansi. You can find us on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and the web. But if you'd like to find out more about MIH, all you have to do is ask Mzansi here at the top. Nice to see you here, quotes. What is MIH all about? So we'll give it some time to think. Evening, John. Evening, John. Nice to see you here once again over on Twitch. Love to see it, love to see it. So let's listen to what, just the first few paragraphs. So we'll click on read aloud.
Hey there, wave in hand. Mzansi Innovation Hub, MIH, is all about empowering South Africa. Think of the MIH app as your all-in-one toolkit for both personal and business life. We're like a super-powered platform designed to streamline things. You can manage your professional profile, connect with your team, schedule appointments, and even do quick calculations, all in one place. Here's a quick rundown of what we offer. Mzansi Profile, your central hub for...
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI, for answering that question for us. So big, this is what MIH is. It's the first super app of Mzansi that provides you with multiple different packages, which are our features inside the application. So we have the Mzansi Profile, Mzansi Wallet. Let's go back. The Mzansi Profile, Wallet, Patient Profile, Mzansi Directory, Calendar, Mzansi AI, Calculator, Access Controls, and About MIH. If you'd like to find out more about what MIH is, or yeah, you can ask Mzansi, or if you'd like to find out a little bit more and our socials, it's all here on the About MIH section. So you can find us there. So what we're going to jump into today is the search engine optimization. So we were doing a little bit of it yesterday. Hi, I'm new here. Amy, nice to see you here. Love to see you here. I appreciate that you came over from Twitch. And I'm just having a look now, and the chat is showing up for Twitch and for YouTube, but no one's popping off on YouTube yet. But I'm good, Amy. How are you doing? So this is what we were getting up to, right? So remember I showed you our index page, and what we were working on is the top part of the page only. So we're only working on this thing over here. So you see where it says Mzansi Innovation Hub. What we are doing over here is we change that to say MIH app, because when we do that, we and when we go to Google, sorry. Yeah, when we go into Google and search, I'm well, nice to see that you're well this evening, Amy. I appreciate that you're here. So as you can see over here, Mzansi Innovation Hub, right? So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that it's with that information that we have here is pulling through, or that information that's here is pulling through from the tag of the tab or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. So we were only working on that, and we did do some changes, but I wanted even more optimization from the app. And that's why I went to Gemini, because I don't know much about search engine optimization and stuff. So, is this app free to download? 100%. I love that question. So, it is available, like I showed you now, on the Google Play Store, or on Google and on the Google Play Store. But if you have an Android device, we are available over there also. So it's free to download. You can download it and use it on whatever platform you are comfortable. Nice one. What is the tech stack? We'll get into that. Remind me a little bit later. We'll get into that. Let me write it down. Tech stack. Tech stack. So it is free to download at the moment. So you can just search MIH on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. Thank you so much, Big, for the follow. But if you, so you can just search for MIH on the App Store and the Google Play Store, and you can download it over there. But if you want to search for the website, what we are using to demonstrate now, you can just search Mzansi Innovation Hub. Here's the spelling on the screen right now. So you can do that. It's free to use. You can access an account or create an account. Thank you, Jay, so much for the heart me. I appreciate you. So you can create an account over there, and you'll have access to all of the personal features. But once you've enabled your business account, so if you edit your profile, once you've enabled your business account, which is right over here, then you'll have access to the business side of MIH also. So let me just increase the people on TikTok over here. It was a bad angle. Yeah. So it is free to use. So big ups. You are asking what is our tech stack. So we are using Docker as our foundation, right? To orchestrate. Who's that person? Big. Which person are you speaking about, Jay? So if you are sorry, I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. So what MIH uses is Docker as the foundation of our application. So if we come here, the profile, people are doing nonsense on this profile. So if you have a look, it looks like Ramaphosa and the Queen mixed together. So clearly someone was doing nonsense on the test profile. So I'll change that, but I stopped access later on. Evening, brother, please check the website field on iOS. When I try to paste, it freezes. Very interesting. I'll check that out for you. Let me make a note of that also. So many things to go over. Freeze on website. So I don't have an iPhone on me right now to test, but I'll check with my brother. He has an iPhone, and my girlfriend. She also has an iPhone that we can check out. So the technology stack, right? So we have on, I think this is fine over here. I'm trying to put things right for us. So our technology stack is Docker as our foundation to orchestrate the different applications that we have inside. When I say applications, I'm talking about MySQL, Fast API, Flutter, Super Tokens, NG, NIX, Olama is one of them. So all of these different applications, it orchestrates all of them for me, and it connects all of them to each other. So that's what the foundation is. But for our backend, we are using MySQL. For the database, we are using MySQL. For the backend, we are using Fast API, and for the front end, we are using Flutter. So that's the basics. Let me know, Big, what you want, or what you want to know specific, like which area, the front end, back end, if you have a specific question. Thank you so much, Dolene, for the follow. I appreciate you. It's flooding through tonight, guys. It's flooding through. So yes, back onto the search engine optimization. So I had a chat with Gemini, and Gemini gave me some assistance and guidance on what to change, where to change it, all of those kind of things. Thoughts on KMP. What is KMP? So thank you so much for asking that question. So KMP. So let's firstly, I don't know what KMP is. You can type the full word in the chat, but we can ask Mzansi AI. What is KMP? Sometimes it gets it wrong when we don't give it enough information, but we can ask Mzansi AI what is KMP. And Kotlin multi-platform. You see key performance matrix. Definitely not that, but tell me about Kotlin multi-platform. So I think I've heard about that when I was deciding what framework to use for the application. That was mentioned earlier, but yeah, I wasn't too familiar with Kotlin, and yeah, it was a little bit scary to me. But let's listen to the beginning paragraphs, what Mzansi AI has to say.
Hey then, wave in hand. I'm happy to chat about Kotlin Multi-Platform, KMP, for you. It's a really cool technology coming out of the Kotlin world, and it's designed to help developers write code once and run it on multiple platforms. Think of it as a way to share business logic between Android, iOS, desktop, and even web apps. Essentially, KMP allows you to write a shared code base, usually in Kotlin, that can be compiled to native code for each target platform. This means you can avoid rewriting the same logic multiple times, saving time and effort.
So okay, it sounds like a React Native or a Flutter kind of competitor, right? So I don't know much about it. I don't know the language, but please feel free to let me know what your thoughts are on it. So there was a question by Big. So you are absolutely correct that MIH does take a little bit of time to load the very first time you open up the application, and that is a limitation in Flutter. So yeah, that's a limitation in Flutter. Try to load it in. Yeah, no. I've seen it before. So it is a limitation in Flutter, and I don't know how to improve that. Let me know, Flutter people in the chat. Let me know. There was a question that just flew by. Wait, let me check on my phone. I noticed when you visit the site, try to load it on thingy. So yeah, I'll demonstrate it now on the chat for you. So we're gonna go into incognito mode, right? So this is a clear browser, fresh cache, all of the above. So Mzansi Innovation Hub. So I'll search for that. You're at the top of the list. So when we click on it, you'll see it does take some time to load, right? So this is live right now. You're seeing it. So that's how much time it takes to load. But when you reload it, it's super quick. So the reason for that is, so Flutter is storing the whole application in some sort of a cache somewhere. So it loads the whole application and then serves it to you. That's my understanding of why it takes so long to load. And it's just the nature of Flutter, I guess. But please feel free to let me know in the chat what's a better way, or how can I improve the speed. I did speak to multiple AIs. I was looking at the chat. I was looking at different websites and all of these things. But I wasn't able. This was the fastest that I could do. But as the application grows, it will get, it should, or what is it? It might get a little bit slower. But, so the web version is not the best version of MIH. The best version of MIH is either the Android version or the iOS version. So please feel free to check that out. It is the superior version there. So yes, jumping back into the search engine optimization. I hope, I'm not sure who asked the question about KMP, but I really apologize. I'm not too familiar with that. But let us know, do you use that? And what's your thoughts on it? So jumping into the search engine optimization. So when I was speaking to Gemini said that I need to change my content. So I agree with that. It's been a minute since I've updated this. But Gemini summarized the stuff that we have on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. So I gave it this information and then it summarized it a little bit for me to put it under the content or the description section. So that was one thing. And then key things that I wanted inside there was the word Mzansi, the word super app, Mzansi Innovation Hub, and MIH. So all of these words are available, all of these words are available over here for Google to scrape. After it scrapes, when someone searches for like MIH, now they know that MIH is actually connected to MIH, if that makes sense. So that was the one thing. The next one that it told us, next thing that it told us to do is in the title, we need to add more information there. So the first thing was to add MIH app, and then add all-in-one super app for business and personal life, right? So that was the one thing. So Google goes through and scrapes all of this information over here. Because I'll show you now. If we head over to MIH and page source, yeah, so you can see Google scrapes all of this information over here. But that's as far as it can get because there's no other links inside MIH because it's a single page application and everything runs on the Flutter side. So that was the one, that was another thing that it said we should update. Another one was, let's see. So let's scroll down. Let me know if you have any questions about what we're doing or what we're working on. So below this was the next one. Over, yeah, sorry, I think I scrolled past it. But it was telling us to look for splash screen. So yeah, it told us to add this application script to our thing to provide like app information. So you can see it's software application, MIH app, Mzansi Innovation Hub app, the feed or the description of the application itself. It requires internet. So all the information. When are we receiving the next update? Love that question, Jay. Love that question. So, like I said, the rating feature of MIH is now finished. So here's my plan. My plan is to create the IPA file. So that's the iOS bundle, app bundle, and I think it's an AAB file, something like that, on the Android side. And then, so I'll do that tomorrow. So today I was just putting a few finishing touches on the thingy. The one thing that I want to do today also is discuss the colors with you guys. But definitely, so I'll publish it tomorrow. Hopefully, Google is normally quick, but when they take long, they take long. So if I do it tomorrow, hopefully by Monday next week, everything should be available for you and you should be able to download it and test out the new rating system inside the Mzansi directory. But yes, Monday. So yeah, so some of the information. So remember, I didn't code all of this. I asked Gemini. I'll pull up Gemini and show you that exact thing that I copied. Yeah, there's it over here. So I copied this from Gemini. You can see it even gave me a step-by-step instruction on what to do. So the first thing, enhance the title, like I just showed you. The next thing, optimize the description. We optimize the description. Then the next one is to add this content tab. So let's scroll down to that first. So here's it over here somewhere. So it should be over here. Yeah, so should be over here. Yeah, this one over here. So this div in this script was generated by Gemini and said we should use this. So basically it's just text on the screen with more information. But when the application actually loads, it hides this information for us. So it's basically just there for Google to scrape and have information about MIH so that it can be displayed on their side for search engine optimization purposes. So that was the one thing. So this one goes into more detail about the features. So we have our name, we have the description, then we have the different features that are available to us. Next is this part over here. So this is supposed to tell Google that it's an application and more information about it. So like here's the URL of the application. Here's the Google Play Store link. Here's the Apple App Store link. Here's the features of the application. Here's the author of the application. So we'll figure it out once we publish it. Yes, sorry, I forgot to say that when we work on it tomorrow and deploy it, it's always first available on the web. So the web version will always be the latest version of MIH, and thereafter it'll be the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store versions. So tomorrow you'll have the web version of MIH will be the latest version. So after doing that, there's some more SEO content. What else did it tell us to do? Yes, under I think I scrolled past it over here. So it also said under some of the images, so specifically the splash screen, I should put an alt text over here. So Mzansi Innovation Hub branding logo, Mzansi Innovation Hub splash screen, stuff like that. 10K likes, love it, love it. Thank you so much. The likes are flooding through right now. I appreciate it. So that's what we got up to on the search engine optimization side. So I hope, let me not save this. So hopefully when we push this into the live version of MIH, then we'll give it like a week or so for Google to crawl the stuff. Maybe we'll request it. Thank you so much, Mega, for the follow. We'll maybe try and request Google to crawl our website again, and we'll see from there. And please, nice to see you here, and thank you for the likes. Jaden, thank you so much for sharing the lives. I appreciate you. What is this app about? You know we love hearing that question. We love hearing that question. Dontavius the one, love that username, and thank you so much for the follow. So if you are interested in who was this that asked the question? Sorry, I can't see your name right now, but MIH is the first super app of Mzansi. If you'd like to find out more about MIH, what you can do is go to MIH itself and ask Mzansi the question, what is MIH all about, in one paragraph? Because Mzansi AI will type long stories for us over here, so I'm restricting it to one paragraph for now. So let's listen.
Hey then, wave in hand. Mzansi Innovation Hub's MIH app is like your all-in-one companion for navigating both your personal and professional life here in Mzansi. Think of it as a super-powered toolkit. You can manage your business profile, keep track of appointments, store loyalty cards in your digital wallet, and even schedule patient appointments if you're in the medical field. Plus, I'm here as your friendly AI assistant to answer your questions and help with creative writing, all within the MIH app ecosystem. It's designed to streamline things and make your life a little easier. Smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks.
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI, for that. And I hope that answered your question about what MIH is all about. If you'd like to know what the features are, you can just say, tell me about the features. About the features. And it should respond to you. But while we're having that, the one paragraph prompt is so on point. 100%, I don't know, Gemma 3N, the foundation of Mzansi AI, likes talking long stories. But Big, I saw your statement that it's the service worker that's slowing things down. So for those that don't know what a service worker is, so you can see here's service worker stuff. So my understanding of a service worker, I'm not even going to answer that because we have Mzansi AI here to assist us with that. Please tell me about Flutter service workers and its purpose. In one paragraph. So my understanding is it's the thing that checks if you're on the latest version of the application. So before I added the service worker in, it didn't allow, or every time you opened up the application and there was a new update, it wouldn't update it automatically for you because it was still cached on your browser. So the service worker checks the version and what's it doing, and it if you're not on the correct latest version, then it will download or get the correct version for you. ChatGPT suggests that to run this command. So no problem. So that's the standard command. That's the standard command for when running Flutter apps in the web version. So we are doing that. So this is basically saying Flutter build the web version. So what that does is it basically creates this index file and pushes all the information over here for us, the manifest file and all of this other things for us. So at what? It stores your physical loyalty cards. Sorry, I think I missed the question. Thank you so much, Jay, for hooking that up for me. So we'll head back to the service worker stuff. But here is the Mzansi wallet. So if that was your question, simply scan the QR code found on the back of the thingy. Yeah, so you can see these cards over here, right? So this is what Jay is speaking about. So normally when you go to a shop, you get these cards. I'll show the people on Twitch also and YouTube. So you'll have these cards over here, and they take up so much space in your wallet. So what the Mzansi wallet does is you can see that we have, this is the SPA rewards card. We can search for SPA. Click on it, then I won't give it a title now, and then you can either scan it, but I don't have a camera on this computer, so I'll just type it in for us. So we'll add in the number. So if you're on the mobile version of MIH, you can just scan the QR code at the back or not the QR code, the barcode at the back, and just click on add. And now you have your loyalty card, your SPA loyalty card, available for you digitally, right? Instead of carrying this thing in your wallet. So that's what the Mzansi wallet is all about. So heading back over to the service worker. Tell me about Flutter service workers in one paragraph. But thank you so much, Big, for going to ChatGPT and checking it out for us. So I did do, I think I did give up a couple months ago on this uploading time because all the research that I done was basically telling me that there's nothing that we can do. But thank you so much for doing the research for us. I appreciate you for doing that. So let's listen to what a service worker is.
Hey there, wave in hand. Flutter service workers are like little helpers that allow your Flutter app to work even when it's not actively open. Think of them as background workers that can handle things like push notifications, caching data, and background synchronization. They're super useful for creating a smoother, more responsive user experience, especially when you want your app to stay updated and connected even when the user isn't actively using it. They essentially bridge the gap between your app and the device's operating system, enabling powerful background functionality. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of Flutter service workers' smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks?
Thank you so much, Mzansi, for that. I hope that clarifies what service workers are. So, yeah, what service workers are. So how I use service workers is I use it to check the version that you're currently using and the latest version of MIH. And if there's a mismatch, then I force reload the application, like cache and all of those things, to bring you the latest version of MIH. And once again, I did use Gemini to assist me with this coding, and ChatGPT and all of the different AIs. Thank you so much, Jay, for letting the people of Mzansi know that MIH is available on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and the web. All you have to do on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store is search MIH. But if you want the web version, just search Mzansi Innovation Hub. Thank you so much, JK, for the follow. I appreciate you. Yeah, so that's how I use service workers, and I understand service workers to work. So, and it's definitely this that is the problem of why it loads slowly the first time, but thereafter, so I can open up, so I'll close MIH over here, and then I'll open it up again. So you'll see it's not slow, right? So it's just getting data. I like the fact that you can install the app as a PWA on your device, thanks to the service worker, 100%. So where can we do that? So I'll show you over here. So if you're on the web version of MIH, but it depends on, if you're on like a computer, it'll show service worker, or not show service worker, it'll show PWA. But if you're on iOS, it'll navigate you to the App Store, and if you're on Android, it'll navigate you to the Google Play Store. So this is a dynamic button. It doesn't just install PWAs for you. It depends on the device that you're using. So that's what that's all about. Thank you so much, Big, for noticing that. I appreciate you. Yeah, super cool. And there's the button there at the top. So you can see this button over here. It installs the PWA for us. If I click on install, it basically just has a web version now of MIH, and it's like an application. But how do I remove this now? Uninstall. Yeah, so that's what a PWA is. It's basically a applet. It's basically like an application, but it's the web version. So we'll open up MIH. Yes, so that's the SEO things that we got up to. I hope that helps everyone else that is struggling with SEO things. It's probably not the best tutorial out there. There's probably other tutorials, but that's what we got up to. That's how we optimized it. And because Flutter is a single page application, that's what I wanted to do. Because Flutter is a single page application, that's why the search engine optimization is a little bit iffy. So please tell me about single page applications. Thank you so much for the likes. I see we're sitting on almost 12K likes on TikTok. I appreciate you. On the other platforms, please feel free to like, share, follow, all of those things. Nice, Amy, you're still here. You've been so quiet. So, Amy, I'll definitely answer your question now. Sounds interesting. I'll definitely answer that question for you. Give me 1 second. Let's listen to what a single page application is. Then we'll move on to that one.
Hey there, waving hand. Great question. Let's dive into single page applications, SPAs. Think of them as a modern way to build websites, a bit like a super smooth, ad-like experience. Essentially, a SPA loads a single HTML page and dynamically updates the content as you navigate. Instead of reloading the entire page every time you click a link, like traditional websites, SPAs use JavaScript to fetch and update only the necessary parts. This makes for a faster, more responsive experience.
Yeah, so that's what it does. So it's one HTML page and it dynamically change based on what you are getting up to inside your application. So wait, what did you say about the backend tech stack? So we'll get into that. Let me answer Amy's question over on Twitch. Please remind me after we're done answering this question. So Amy was asking, what is the patient profile all about, right? So Amy, when you're thinking about the patient profile, you have to think of it both on a personal side and also on a business side. So as a patient, what you get access to is your personal information. So it's basically a place to store all of your medical records and details digitally, right? So that when you go to a doctor or a new doctor, you don't have to fill out those yellow or cardboard envelopes with your information over and over and over again every time you go to a new doctor. So yeah, it keeps your information in one place so that you don't have to continuously write this information down manually. So that's the one part of it, storing your information. Next, you'll have access to all the consultation notes from your doctor's visits, from multiple doctors. So what a doctor would do is they would make notes on their side, on the patient manager. We'll jump into that. And on your side, what you can do is, because what happens on my side is, or me as a normal person is, when I go to the doctor, like almost immediately after leaving the doctor, I forget what that doctor is saying. But now with the notes section, you can click on previous consultations or visits, and you can see like what the office is called, who was it by, and some of the notes that was written, right? So maybe they were saying like your bloods was this and X, Y, and Z. So that's also here. I'll show you a cool feature when we head over to the patient manager. Just keep that in mind. Next, we have the document section. So this is to store your previous documentations, whether that's x-rays, whether it's like prescriptions. So this prescription was generated through MIH, but you can upload your own prescription to there. And there's a medical certificate also. Does businesses have access to this feature? 100%. We'll jump into that. I see you excited, Amy. I love it. I love to see the enthusiasm. So this is the medical certificates over here. Then lastly, we have the claims. So this is claims or statement that was sent to the medical aids or that is sent to you to pay. So now heading over to the patient manager to answer your question, Amy. So as a business, so once I head over to my profile and edit my profile and enable business account here at the bottom, what that does is it enables a new tool on the MIH home package. So these are tools at the top right-hand corner of the screen. If we click on the briefcase, or this briefcase will appear when you activate the business account. If you click on this briefcase, it will ask you to set up your business profile, but thereafter, it gives you access to business packages now. So the business package or the business side of the patient or the patient profile's business equivalent is the patient manager. So what the patient manager does is, if we click on it, it first gives you a waiting room. So this is a place where you can manage your appointments and things. So you can click on the menu button at the bottom. So let me increase this. You can click on the menu button at the bottom. Then you can click on add appointment. Then there's specific types of appointments. So if I click on existing patients, so this is one of my patients. It heads over to my patient list. If I click on, oh my bad. If I click on existing MIH user, it's going to take me to the patient search to search for new users. But I'm just going to choose skeleton account because that's a little bit easier to demonstrate this. So testing. So this is just a basic appointment. So the time. So I'll just choose today, and today's right now. Testing the appointment. And then click on add. So now you can see your appointment is there with all the information for later on, and you can edit and delete it from here. But the impressive part is this. So if, like, let me search for myself here. 083. Yeah. So say for example, this is me, right? Then what I would have to do, let me search for 123. Yeah. So you would have to request access. Where's that one? So you'd have to request access to a patient's profile. So you can see I only have one patient under my patient list, right? So under my patient list, this is all of your patients that you have access to. So because we are working with very sensitive information, not any Tom, Dick, and Harry should have access to your patient profile. It's only specific people that you allow to have access to your patient profile. So if I'm a doctor using MIH and you're a patient also using MIH, me as a doctor, I can request access to your patient profile and you will then accept that request, and then I'll have access to your patient profile just like this. So you can see access at the bottom, approved. If I click on this, it then shows me the ID number, name, surname. I can book an appointment with this person or view their medical record. So viewing your medical record takes you to the person's patient profile, but it gives you a little bit more features over here. So once again, you have access to their patient information. So remember, me as a doctor, I didn't capture this information. This is the first time I'm seeing this patient. I can then go over and see, okay, they had 2 previous consultations. I can go in to see, okay, this person over here came in for a runny nose and a sore throat. And if I look over here, and then maybe a month later, they came in for low blood sugar, for example, right? So now I know that this person is quite a sickly person and they do have a problem with their sugar levels. So I know as a doctor, I already have a view of what this patient is looking like. And I can move forward from there. Whether I want to repeat the tests or not that I'm seeing over here, I can do that. Also, what a doctor can do before even seeing you, they can have a look at your documents that are on your profile. So I can see, okay, what was last prescribed to you? Sandoz was prescribed to you. Interesting. I shouldn't prescribe Sandoz to you again. This is nice. Thank you so much, quotes, for that. Right? So this is I can see, okay, this person had Sandoz, but it looks like it didn't work. Let me prescribe something else to them. Instead of prescribing the same things, then I can look at the images. I can say, okay, they had an x-ray done by their heart. Something looks strange over there. I'll ask them if they got this resolved or not. Or is it still an issue that they're facing? I can then, more x-rays to see, okay, you had lots of work done on you. You can see over here, I can see that you had metal nails put into your leg, right? You had problems with your, hip. You had a hip replacement. So all of these kind of things a doctor can see. And remember, this is the first time this doctor is seeing you, but they have access to all of this information about you. This is the power of MIH. So I hope that explains what MIH is all about and the patient profile. I think out of all of them, this is the most powerful package out there, but there's other packages that are just as useful. Thank you so much, Amy, for that question. So coming back to Biggs. So Big, you are asking what's our backend looking like. So we'll head over to our diagram. There's many things on the backend, but for controlling or manipulating our information in the database, so MIH doesn't connect directly through to the database. So I like the fact that you can install, wait, what did you say in the backend? That's nice. Didn't know MIH has a profile on Facebook. MIH is all over. MIH is all over. Nice car there. Yeah, that's the Mzansi mobile. Cool. So, yes, speaking about the backend, remember guys, you don't have to watch me on TikTok, the videos. If you head over to About MIH and scroll to the bottom, I do post videos on all of these, but I'm only live on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at the moment. So these are the only places that I'm live, but I post all over. So you can find me everywhere, including Reddit. And yeah, so speaking about the backend, our backend section that manipulates our database information is our fast API layer. So instead of our application directly plugging into the database and manipulating the database like that. What it does is it connects to our API layer. So whether it's a web app, Android app, or iOS app, they're all using the same language, the API language, the same roots, the same JSON structures. All of these things are going to be the same with these. And then it accesses the API layer. Then the API layer is the thing that manipulates the data in the database. So we are using Fast API, and once again we are using Docker to orchestrate all of this for us so that these different containers can speak to each other. I hope that answered your question, Biggs. So heading back to the Mzansi profile. Nice. So you'll notice now, this is the one thing that I fixed. I don't know if you noticed in the previous lives, but every time we clicked on, I'll show you, now it's quick on the thing, but every time I clicked on the Mzansi directory, you would see a loading indicator showing you that we are getting your GPS information, your GPS location. So I was a little bit annoyed by that because my phone is not the greatest and it was taking quite a lot of time to load before I can do anything on the Mzansi directory. So it annoyed me a bit. So we've removed that and put it in the background and manage the case where your GPS location was not found yet. So you'll see now, as soon as we click on it, instantly you are taken to the Mzansi directory. Remember guys, the Mzansi directory is a place for you to search for people and businesses across Mzansi, finding out what their purpose is and all of that. Sorry, I'll stay over here. So if we search for test, so it's going to search for our people, MIH test profile. This is the one that we're going to look at. If you click on this, you'll see their username, their name, surname, the type of account that they have, and their purpose. So this purpose, I was looking at some of the people of Mzansi, and a lot of people are putting their purpose for using MIH, but not their purpose in life. So that's a UX thing on my side, so I'll have to fix that later on. But yeah, this is your purpose in life, right? So what gets you up in the morning? That's what you should put over here, or that's what I recommend you should put over here. You can put whatever you want. Then we can also switch and head over to the business side, right? You can see at the top, or you can see by this logo over here, that now you're on the people side. If I click the switch icon, it switches you over to the business side. And also with some text at the bottom. So people of Mzansi, businesses of Mzansi. If we click on the businesses, you can see below it'll have the business's profile picture, the business's name, the type of business that it is. So this is a medical practice, and how far this business is to me right now. That's what is displayed on this screen right now. So if I click on this, it takes me over to that business's profile. Here on the business profile, same thing, you have their profile picture, just a little bit bigger. You have the business's name and their mission and vision. So remember, we didn't only ask what a person's purpose is, but we're also asking businesses what their purpose is, and businesses call that their mission and their vision, right? So it explains what this business is all about. And I'll give you an example live in production, and it gives you the ratings. You'll see that I moved the ratings from inside this block to just above it. So you can see this company has a 3-star rating. Over here, what I can do is I can call them. If I click on call, it opens up the call app for me. If I go back, click on email, it's going to give me an error now because I don't have an email loaded on the emulator, but it'll pop up a new email for you to edit and send to them, navigate to them. So when you click on this, it'll open up Google Maps for you, and you can just get directions from there. If we go back, visit the website. So if you click on it, it'll take you to this business's website. I'll demonstrate this in production for you because this is just taking me to MIH. And then the rate us feature. So this is the new feature that we just added in. So if you click on this, if you already have a rating for this business, it will pull through that rating for you to update. So I can change this to maybe a 4-star rating, click on update. And then you can see that now they have 3.5 stars, right? So, or 2.5 stars. This business has 2.5 stars after I changed my rating. But now, say you've seen this business, you've read what they're all about, you visit their website, and you've went to them, and you've experienced this business. Now you want to rate them, or you want to, before you even choose them. So everything you look at is Everything is looking good. It's aligning with what you want. Now you want to see what are the other people of Mzansi saying about this business. So what you can do is either swipe over or click on the star at the top. That will take you over to the review section. So over here you can click on a review and you can see more information about it. So you can see this person gave it a 4 stars. It said amazing doctors, very kind, very gentle, very friendly. This medical practice is amazing. I would definitely recommend every person of Mzansi to use them. So now you can see, this person is giving nice reviews. Then below that, I have just a 1-star test review, right? So you can look at these reviews and say, okay, no, this business is definitely aligned with what I want. And also the other people of Mzansi enjoy using this business. So I'm going to go with them. So that's the updates. That's phase 2 of the Mzansi directory, the rating system. Let me know in the chat what you think about this rating system and if you think your business would benefit from having such a thing. So, like I said, let me show you in production it working for us. So, Mzansi directory, I will search for, let's search for JC. So, there's a bug over here. Don't worry about it. This bug, we fixed it. But this is Jay's business. If we click on it, you can see JC Photo Booth. We can navigate to JC Photo Booth's website to find out more about them. So, you can see I can message them through their own website. I can see their what they're about, their different packages. So this dive a little bit deeper into what this business is all about, right? I was scrolling through the other night and I found something very cool. So I was just searching for things and I searched tech and Falcon Systems appeared. And I thought, oh, this is so cool. And I clicked on it and you can see Falcon Systems. This is their business's mission and vision. Bridge the gap between private and government-owned academic institutions, striving to deliver school management systems to public schools in both urban and rural areas, equipped with modern technologies like artificial intelligence and automation. This is amazing, guys. Falcon Systems, shout out. If you're in the chat, let me know. But Falcon Systems, we can give them a call if we would like. We can email them. We can navigate to them. We need Falcon in chat. We definitely need Falcon in chat, right? And go to their website. So the website is a little bit sketch at the moment, which is okay. I think they just don't have the HTTPS over there. W Falcon Systems, 100%. This is the power of MIH, guys. And I just stumbled upon this. So I'm going to proceed to Falcon Systems. Hopefully it's not hacking me right now. But yeah, we can contact them via WhatsApp. I think that's what the web page is all about. But this is the power of MIH, guys. I don't know who this person is, but they have an amazing mission and vision for their business, and I hope them all the best to achieving these goals. Let me know if your business is in the Mzansi directory, and we'll search for them over here. Let me know in the chat. I'll search for them, and we can have a look at your business's mission and vision. Or if you don't have a mission and vision, we can look at just your profile. So we can search for people. So this is me. You can search Yaso_meth. That's me. If you click on it, you can find my purpose in life is to build a platform to make the daily lives of all the people and businesses of Mzansi easier. Let's keep working hard in Mzansi. So that's me. If you go over to the business side, if you want to privately message MIH, you can just search Mzansi Innovation Hub, and you can call us, email us, navigate to us if you'd like, and visit our website. But you're already on MIH. Check UX Corp. Is this a business? Probably. UX Corp. UX Corp. So once again, this is an error on our side, but we fixed that bug. But yes, UX Corp, solving human problems using tech. Love it. We can call UX Corp, we can email them, and we can navigate to them. Quotes, is this your website? Or is this your business profile? Love to see it. Love to see it. So this is the next phase of the Mzansi directory. What we're going to do is, I will show you in dev, but what we are going to do, let me navigate to that. It's mine, love to see it. You're not complete, that's fine, that's fine. I'm patiently awaiting for the day that we can visit your website through the Mzansi directory. So we are going to go to Mzansi profile, business, components, information. Yeah. So we were working on something earlier. Did I? Yeah, I think we answered everything. So, bookmark business. Oh, book. Sorry, I'm just searching for. Yeah, this is the one I'm searching for. Oh, we'll just scroll a little bit down over here. And why is there so many errors? Why are there errors? Oh, my bad, my bad. Delete, yeah. Yo, bro, I just started streaming. Wanna... So cool, I'll go follow you now. Shout out to my boy, Jacob. Shout out to my boy, Jacob. Follow. Yeah, cool. Looking forward to seeing you live. Please, guys, and yes, I wanted to say this earlier for the people on TikTok, because everyone likes or everyone enjoys following over there, each other over there, and I do follow everyone back after the live because I enjoy seeing your videos and what you're getting up to, right? Because there's some amazing people in Mzansi, and I just enjoy watching your videos too and liking them. So this is the new feature that I wanted to add, but we need to remove this because this is an incorrect thingy. We are going to say, do I have a function? Oh, there's it over. Show delete. No, show. Yeah, I don't want show delete. I think I didn't change the name of this. Where is that? Business review window. So that's what we're looking for, business review window. So we're going to swap that out for business review window. Previous rating with. Sorry, we were working on this the last stream, but we didn't finish it. So I was just hoping for the best, and I'm such a fool. I can just jump to it over here. So you can see this is. I told you the other day that I was working on Vim motion. So I can just GD and I can see all the times that this was done. Right? So I'll just stay over here. Am I using this anywhere? I think both of them I'm not using. Delete XX. So okay, there is a width over here. What is this? No, I'm doing absolute garbage over here, guys. I'm changing the wrong thing. I'm definitely changing the wrong thing. Let's go to the top. So make calls. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. Or that. Get user review. Not that. Yeah, it was show delete dialog all this time. So show bookmark dialog. So I'm going to change this to bookmark. Bookmark alert. Change this to bookmark. Cool. And then now if we head over to here, I think it's here. Yeah, so we can change this for show bookmark alert, semicolon. This is why things weren't looking good earlier. So now when we click on bookmark, there should be I don't like this color. It shouldn't be red. It should be like the light blue color over here. So this is what we're gonna do, right? So remember I showed you the rating. So this was phase 2. Phase 3 of the Mzansi directory is going to be a bookmark. So if you like what you see in Mzansi test doctors and you don't want to keep searching for them, thank you so much, Mike, for the follow. And you don't want to keep searching for them, then you can add them as a bookmark, and then in your Mzansi directory, we'll have another section over here for the list of your favorites, list of your bookmarks, bookmark businesses. So that's what we're going to do in the next phase of the Mzansi directory. So now when we click on bookmark, it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to save this business? Yeah, save Mzansi test doctors to your Mzansi directory, yes or no? So cancel or save business. So we'll close this, but the colors is not nice. So we'll go back to our show bookmark section. So I'll just go GD. So this is the power of Vermotions. So what I'll do over here is just press G and D, and it'll take me to this function over here. And all we have to do is, so I'm going to change until the end, and I'll change this. I set up a new thing, guys. So MIH colors. So I set up a new colors thing. Dot get secondary. So I don't have to type whole long stories what I was typing earlier. So alert color. So once again I'll just then over here, so I'm going to change until the end, MIH colors dot get secondary color. Yeah. Now let's see what that alert looks like now. So we click on it. Yeah, now it's looking a little bit less intense. So we have, yeah. So yeah, when we click on save, it'll take us to our thing, but that's phase 2. So I won't dive deep in it. When you click on cancel, it just removes this alert for you. So that's what it's all about now. And if you click on save, it does nothing, which is to be expected. So this is phase 2, so we're gonna work on that a little bit later. And I'm happy to see that the half stars are showing up over here. Nice. Nice. What else did I fix? I think quotes, I think it was you. You suggested to me, or there was an error message. Let me see if I can. There was an error message when he tried creating an account on MIH, but that error message wasn't very user-friendly at all. It was so I added that error message in way back when one of my friends was trying to register and he wasn't registering. So this was way back. I don't know how to debug it on the client side, so I put that pop-up message in so that when he sends a screenshot to me, I can see exactly what's going wrong in that process. So that's what that's why the thing is there. But I did change that to something a little bit more friendlier using the new Mzansi alert feature. I think it was under register. Yeah, so now you're going to see error while signing up. And then an error occurred while signing up. Please try again. Let me know, quotes, if you think this message will be a little bit more friendlier than the other message. And should it be more text? Should I give you more detail over here? Like, please close it and try again. That's better. Cool. So it's going to look very similar to this alert over here under the Mzansi directory. It's going to look very similar to this, except for the buttons. It's just going to have text over there. Similar to this one. Yeah, it's going to look almost exactly like this, but less text. 20K likes. I appreciate each and every one of you for liking, sharing, following. Remember, guys, if you are here and you're enjoying the lives, we are available on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. On YouTube, we managed to reach 50 subscribers, and on Twitch, we managed to reach 25 followers. 25 followers on Twitch. I think we need one more follower on Twitch in order to reach one of the targets to become an affiliate. But I appreciate each and every one of you for joining the lives, liking, sharing, all of those kind of things. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I fixed that also. There was something else that I wanted to fix too. Yes, I was doing some research on river pods, guys. So yesterday, I'm not sure who recommended it yesterday, but so we'll ask Mzansi what river pods is. Go back. What is river pod? River pods Flutter. And we'll just head over here, RiverPods, so I can show you this. But I was watching some videos and tutorials and all of these things last night, and it was quite interesting. But what I didn't like about it, can I have to be honest? Let's listen first.
Hey there, wave in hand. RiverPod is a really neat Flutter package designed to help you manage state in your Flutter apps. Think of it as a powerful tool for keeping your app's data organized and predictable. Essentially, RiverPod simplifies state management by providing interactive, testable, and scalable architecture. It uses a concept called signals, which are like data streams that automatically update the UI whenever the data changes. Here's a quick breakdown of what makes RiverPod special.
So we won't jump into everything. You can ask Mzansi the exact same question and you should get a similar answer to this. But RiverPods assist you in managing state in your application. So when we say managing state, it basically means managing the data in the application and updating it across the application, or updating where it's shown across the application. So say, for example, you have a user data, right? So you sign in, your user data comes to you. If, for example, you update your username, instead of me having to go all the way back and then reloading this object or this data of yours in order to display it in different places, you would just update it at one point and then it would change it everywhere across your application. So that's the power of RiverPods. But what I don't like is this RiverPods builder. So when I was watching the videos, there's this RiverPod builder thing. So along with some other stuff, but it allows you to create, so maybe not this one, but so provider builder, but it's something that needs to be running in the background while you are coding and working with RiverPod providers, which sounded very complex to me, that I have to have this thing running in the background, because that's even best practice. So now am I going to have this thing running in the background forever while I'm working on MIH? That's what I was a little bit wary about. Let me know if you use RiverPods, or what state management package or tools do you use. So what I think I'm going to go, because I watched another video on provider Flutter. So it's the same thing, helps you managing state, but it's way simpler. Simple app. Yeah, it's way simpler than the other one. There's even a thing called inside provider. It's called multi-provider. I use provider. Yeah, I think I'm also going to learn provider. After Mzansi directly, I'm going to learn provider because it seemed much better. And they have something called multi-provider. Where is this? But anyway, there's a thing called multi-provider if we want to provide multiple providers to this application. So if we have multiple, say for example, objects, you have in MIH, you have the business object and you have the user object. So now I have two providers that I need inside the application, and just using the standard provider thing wouldn't work. You need multi-provider. So it's also built into this package to enable you to, where is it? To enable you to use multiple providers inside your application, which is quite cool and quite neat. So I'm definitely going to work on this one over here. I think this is my choice of things to use. But the only problem, let me know in the chat how you are doing this, but my only, the thing that's tripping me up on this is when I'm updating information of my application, I'm pushing that information to, or I'm using an API to push that information to the database and make sure that it comes back okay, instead of just updating the object inside MIH itself. So how would I do that? Would I have to put that inside the provider object? So inside this, where's it over here? My provider, that's what I'm looking for. My provider. So over here, you are able to make other things over there. Like, so you're able to make different, I think this is the one. You're able to make different, where's the code? So you're able to give a provider different properties. Like say this user provider has a user object that we can manipulate inside it. When we change this object, it'll change the application. But then do I put my API calls inside the provider class? So that's what I'm struggling to figure out. All of the examples that are on YouTube and stuff, I haven't dived too deep, but all of the examples that are on YouTube, it's it's a not required for internet access their applications. So they have like a counter or a changing text on the screen where they already load the provider with information. It's not like they are calling information from the database and pulling that information and putting it inside a provider. So that's what is confusing me a little bit. No API calls can be separate. Interesting. Interesting. Is there nice tutorials out there? So I see there's someone new on Twitch. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you give us a follow. So the question is from Mzansi for sure, 100%. I am new here, or I am new to this. Where am I? So you are in Mzansi for sure. So if you head over to Mzansi Innovation Hub, this is the spelling over here on the screen, Mzansi Innovation Hub. You will find out more about us. But if you'd like to figure out more, you can ask Mzansi. So MIH for short. MIH is the first super app of Mzansi, and you can ask Mzansi AI for some assistance in answering that question for you. So what is MIH all about? So Mzansi for sure, you can just ask Mzansi the question and then it'll just answer that for you. You can update providers from the API call after quotes. You are blowing my mind right now. So this is what quotes is saying. But let's finish up with Mzansi for sure. So let's listen to Mzansi AI speak, and I'll get back to you, quotes.
Hey there, wave in hand. Mzansi Innovation Hub, MIH, is all about empowering South Africa. Think of the MIH app as your all-in-one digital companion for both your personal and professional life. We're a startup company based right here in Mzansi, and we created the MIH app to make things easier. It's like having a super-powered toolkit in your pocket. Here's a quick rundown of what we offer.
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI, for that. And here are the different features. If you head back, so each of these tiles on the screen right now, thank you so much, Sia, for the follow. Each of these tiles right now are a different package inside MIH that provides you with multiple different features, right? So we have a calculator, a tip calculator, forex calculator. We have, I just discussed with Amy, the patient profile. And we have a calendar just for basic appointment booking. The Mzansi wallet, which I use regularly. This is to store your loyalty cards digitally. Then the access control to control who has access to your profiles, your profile to manage your profile, and all of these kind of things, right? So this is what MIH is all about. Please feel free to download it. We are available on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and the web. You can just search MIH. If that doesn't work, you can search Mzansi Innovation Hub. And that's how you can find us and support us. Thank you so much for watching. So, quotes. You blew my mind right now. So let me tell you what how MIH is structured right now. So let's head over to the side where we have our different structures. So I'll close the package side because what I want to speak about is the services side. So if we expand this, the services is where, let's go to user service. Services are basically things that allow me to call APIs from anywhere else in my code and just reuse that same code, right? So quotes, are you telling me that, let's say, where do I get user? Get user, for example, right? So are you saying, thank you Nkosi for the follow, are you saying quotes that once I get a status code of 200 and I get my app user, after this, I can just update the provider from here? This is where I put my provider updating and stuff. Let me know in the chat, because if that's the case, you just blew my mind, and I think you've solved my concerns 100%. Yeah, thank you so much, quotes. I appreciate that you are here and supporting and participating, and for teaching me this. This is mind-blowing right now. This is mind-blowing. Okay. I have a plan of action for when we start learning providers and stuff. But since I have my services over here, it's going to be quite simple. And what I was thinking is, I'm not gonna, or maybe I shouldn't, let me know in the chat, but because MIH is filled with multiple different packages, right? Each package is like its own little application inside MIH. Thank you for the info. Thank you so much, Mzansi for sure, for joining us. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, all those things. Is the app big to download? So it's not big to download. It is about, let's see, I think the Google Play Store has that information, right? So app support, About this app. Where would that be? So the app is about like 50-ish megs, 40 megs at most. Uh, where would we see that? Who knows what? Let me go to let me use my tablet here. So remember, guys, I told you about the Mzansi tab. So this is the Mzansi tab that you're seeing over here, right? This is what also one of the services that we offer to people, or one of the inside one of our packages. This is it. So I'm gonna head over to MIH and app info. So this question came from Mzansi for sure over on Twitch. The question is, how big is MIH? How do we even find that out? Okay, so I think I have it over here. So I'll show the people on Twitch first. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me switch, sorry. I'm being foolish. So if you can see right here, it is about 46.1 megabytes. And there's also some cached information over there which comes to 10 megabytes. But it's very tiny. It's only, it's less than 50 megabytes, the application. I hope that's fine. It's not too big for you. It's not going to chow your data like some of the other applications that are like 500 megabytes. You're sitting there the whole evening trying to download this application. But yes, it is 46 megabytes. So quotes, you blew my mind, and I think we had a breakthrough tonight. We definitely had a breakthrough. So yes, this is what I was saying. So each package inside MIH is like its own mini app, right? So you can see all of them have the same design. Let me bring this closer for the people on TikTok. So all of them have the same design where you have your action button at the top. We couldn't see on TikTok. Oh, my bad. Thank you, Jay, for letting me know. I forgot about you. I will show you now. So if you have a look over here, you can see this is MIH version 1.1.12, and it is 46.18 megabytes. And it has, you see, user data is about 9 megabytes. Cached information is about 7 megabytes, 8 megabytes. And in total, it's 63.05 megabytes in total. So that's the size of MIH. It's not too huge, I hope. I hope you guys saw that nice and clearly now. Cool. Yeah, so each package itself is its own, thank you, no problem, Jay, is its own like mini application. So when we click on this, you'll see action button on the top. You have different tools. If we go back, the wallet, action button at the top, different tools, package title. So each of these is its own like a mini app. So instead of wrapping the whole of MIH with the provider, what I'm thinking of doing is wrapping. So let's look at the Mzansi wallet one, right? So wrapping the main package file in with a provider. So over here, if we scroll down by the MIH package, this MIH package, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say control dot, maybe put widget, and then seed provider, something like this. I don't have the package provider, something like this. We'll have to do something like this to enable it, but you definitely blew my mind. Quotes, you definitely blew my mind, quotes. This is wonderful news. What else is there? So I think what's the time? I think we're good for now. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to flip my camera now so you can see my face in full, and let me know if you have any questions. So we do have maybe a couple more minutes. We can go until past if you'd like. And if you have any questions about your own projects, or if you'd like us to check out your business profile on MIH or your personal profile, I would recommend using multi-provider for MIH. I wouldn't cut it. I'll definitely use multi-provider, but I must learn how that works also. But you gave me a breakthrough, quotes, and I appreciate you for that. I'll make a highlight giving you a shout out, don't stress. But yeah, let me know, what projects are you guys working on? What languages do you know? can we assist? So when I say when we assist, I'm not saying myself. You just saw now quotes assisting me with my project, right? So if you're having troubles with your project, let us know in the chat. Then we can work together to try and resolve it. And if you'd like people to test out your application or just give you a young shout out, you can create your MIH account, activate your business account, and load your website there. Then in the next live, we can check it out and test out your application. Because from the previous people of Mzansi that I had a chat with in the lives, I think someone was working on something like Flutterflow, another person was working on something. There's people working on crazy things out there. So I would really appreciate it if you were to download MIH and create an account over there so that we can see what you're working with. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the MIH live this evening. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for the likes. Let's see how much likes. We're on 23,000 likes on TikTok. I'm not sure how to check on the rest of the platforms. I'll figure that out. But thank you so much for the likes, for sharing, for your participation, your questions, all of the above. I appreciate each and every one of you for doing that. Remember, the way that you can support MIH is by watching the lives, by participating, by following, liking. You can also download MIH from the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, or you can just use it on the web. Just search MIH or just search Mzansi Innovation Hub. You'll find us there. We also have, what is this? We also have the subscriptions on TikTok. It's about like 50 Rand or so. You can, if you'd like to support us even further, you can do that on TikTok. And we are on the road to being an affiliate on Twitch. But there's a few other criteria that we'll have to do. And once we get that up and running, you can support us over there also if that's the platform of your choice. But cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the MIH live this evening. I can't wait to see you next week, Monday. Remember, we are live Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. So I can't wait to see you next week, Monday, where we're going to kickstart maybe phase 3 of the Mzansi directory. Thank you so much, everyone. And let's keep working hard, Mzansi.